Hi again, everybody. Thomas here. It is Monday, June the 27th, and welcome to SFF180 and to yet another mailbag. I hope everybody had a good week and a good weekend. We had an entire nation kind of collapse at one point, but apart from that, it seems like everything's going fine. The weather's very lovely, the sun is out, birds are chirping, and I have a massive stack of books. Well, not really massive. This one is actually a bit more modest this time. I think I have about 7 packages or so we'll get through them fairly quickly. However, I did just want to give you guys one more quick reminder. The Read Virga read-along is underway, and I'm very, very happy to see people participating in it, reading some new books, checking out a new author. That's really exciting. I think 90 folks, I checked that out a few hours ago in the Goodreads group right now, including Carl Schroeder, who's very excited that we're all doing this. He says no one's ever done a read-along for any of his books before. So, he's there and he's answering questions. There's a thread set aside for him to answer questions if you like. But I'm really, really happy to see all the folks who have joined this and are partaking. So thank you all so much. And you can still join because we only really started up on Friday and it's going to be going on all month. Reading the first 2 books in the Virga series. So yeah, hit that link and check that out if you'd like to be part of that. And I guess without further ado, let's hit these packages, shall we? Okay, here's a big old thing from Random Penguin, and it's all pretty and shiny and red. Look at this. So because I am curious, I will open up this one first. A red envelope that is held shut by the strongest glue known to mankind. Oh, here we go. All right, what do we... okay. Well then, I already got one of these at BEA, but this is Gemena, the sequel to Illuminae, which I have just reviewed and which won Best Young Adult Title in the BookTube SFF Awards, as you might recall. Pretty fun little book, not without its peccadillos, you might say. That's a word I like, peccadillos. It sounds like a little animal that goes around annoying people. But let's see. So this comes out October the 18th, the sequel Gemena. From best-selling author duo Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Moving to a space station at the edge of the galaxy was always going to be the death of Hannah's social life. Nobody said it might actually get her killed. So this sequel follows different characters. Hannah is the station captain's pampered daughter. Nick is the reluctant member of a notorious crime family. But while the pair are struggling with the realities of life aboard the galaxy's most boring space station, Grant and the Hypatia are headed right towards Heimdall, carrying news of the Carenza invasion. When an elite Bitech strike team invades the station, Hannah and Nick are thrown together to defend their home, but alien predators are picking off the station residents one by one, and a malfunction in the station's wormhole means the space-time continuum might be ripped in two before dinner. Oh shit, well you better get some people on that. All right, well here you go. Another spacefaring adventure featuring plucky young people. And yes, I will certainly be reviewing this because, did the first one, and naturally everybody is excited for the new one. So Gemena, out on October 18th. And next we have another arc from Tor. This is a book I've been looking forward to. I did not read the first in this series when it originally came in, and I kind of regretted that, but now I have my chance. This is a book by Rurik Davidson. It's called The Stars Askew. This is a sequel to a book called Unwrapped Sky, the stunning adventure begun in the critically acclaimed debut. All right, and this, well, I don't really want to give away too many spoilers, because it is, again, the sequel to something, and it looks like this sell sheet is just spoilerific. But what can I say? It says, okay, on a review of the first one, Library Journal said it echoes the imaginative scope of some of the best authors of the new weird, such as Jeff Vandermeer. Rurik Davidson is an award-winning writer with a huge amount of talent, excelling at description and complex characters. Every aspect of his world building is exciting, and he is an author to watch. And it also says readers who enjoy the mix of outre technology and body-warped beings in China Miéville's Baslag novels will appreciate Rurik Davidson's work. Well, there you go then. The highly anticipated sequel to the new weird adventure begun by talented young author Rurik Davidson. All right, so everyone, let me know in the comments. This one comes out. When does it come out? Flip, 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 flip. Oh, July 12th. Oh my God. So I'll probably be getting the final copy of this fairly soon too. All right, Stars Askew. And what do we have now? Ingram Publisher Services. Oh, this could be Titan Books or a Nightshade Books or something like that, maybe? Oh, cool. Okay, it is a Nightshade title. This book is called The Root. And wow, yeah, if it looks like you are in the mood for some diverse SFF, here you go. This is the author. Oh boy, I'm going to mangle this. I am so sorry in advance. Naaman Gobert Tillahoon is the author. It says it's a dark, gritty urban fantasy set in modern-day San Francisco, filled with gods, sinister government agencies, and worlds of dark magic hidden just below the surface. When a secret government agency trying to enslave you isn't the biggest problem you're facing, you're in trouble, I should say so. Eric, a former teen star living in San Francisco, thought his life was complicated. Having his ex-boyfriend in jail because of the scandal that destroyed his career seemed overwhelming. Then Eric learned he was blooded, descended from the gods. Struggling with a power he doesn't understand and can barely control, Eric discovers that a secret government agency is selling off blooded-like lab rats to a rival branch of preternatural beings in Zabub, San Francisco's mirror city in an alternate dimension. That's cute. Lil, a timid apprentice in Zabub, is searching for answers to her parents' sudden and mysterious deaths. Surrounded by those who wish her harm and view her as a lesser being, Lil delves into forgotten history that those in power will go to dangerous lengths to keep buried. What neither Eric nor Lil realize is that a darkness is coming, something none have faced in living memory. It eats, it hunts, and it knows them. In The Root, the dark and surging urban fantasy debut from Naaman Tillahoon, two worlds must come together if even a remnant of one is to survive. Neato. Oh, this one's actually been out a while, June 7th. Okay. Well, this is available right now from Nightshade Books, The Root by Naaman Gobert Tillahoon. And moving on, we have a little bitty package from the lovely folks at HarperCollins. What could it be? Aha! Well, I've had this one digitally for a while, and this is a book that just everybody and their dogs has seemed to have fallen and madly in love with, but it is finally here in the print edition, Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. This comes out next week, July the 5th. Okay, then. It says it's a fantastic time for geek culture, and blah, 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 so on and so forth. Okay, that goes on to talk a little about the publishing history and the success in the UK, go on and so forth and so forth. Here we are, love letter to classic science fiction. Fans of original Star Trek, Firefly, and Farscape will gravitate towards the elements that originally made them fall for out-of-this-world science fiction tales, and revel in the fact that Chambers updates her work with modern, inclusive ideas on race, gender, and sexuality, yet somehow keeps the whole stellar story light, fun, and optimistic. Long Way is a character-driven story, I guess they left that word out, exploring every aspect of the lives of the crew members of the Wayfarer, a ragtag charming spaceship charged with boring wormholes, or effectively highways, through deep, uncharted space. Okay, I read about, towards the end of last year, I read about, the first 100 pages of this. I'm going to be honest, at the time, whatever it is that was, making everybody everywhere just go berserk over this book didn't quite hit me, but I ended up having to give the book, set the book aside because it was the BookTube SFF Awards were looming and I had to finish stuff on the finalists slate for that. So I had to put it aside. But I do want to give it a fresh start and give it another try. But anyway, for us Yanks, The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet is now available on the 5th of July from Harper Voyager. Now, this looks pretty interesting. This is a book called Smoke. The author is Dan Valletta. I've been hearing some buzz about this, and I don't think... This looks like it's one of those that didn't... No, it didn't come with a sell sheet, dang it, so I'm going to have to do this again. Let's see. England, a century ago, give or take a few years. In England, where people who are wicked in thought or deed are marked by the smoke that pours forth from their bodies, a sign of their fallen state. The aristocracy do not smoke, proof of their virtue and right to rule, while the lower classes are drenched in sin and soot. Well, sounds kind of fun, actually. An England utterly strange and utterly real. An elite boarding school where the sons of the wealthy are groomed to take power as their birthright. Teachers with mysterious ties to warring political factions at the highest levels of government. 3 young people who learn everything they've been taught is a lie, knowledge that could cost them their lives. A grand estate where secrets lurk in attic rooms and hidden laboratories. A love triangle, a desperate chase. Revolutionaries and secret police, religious fanatics and cold-hearted scientists. Murder, a London filled with danger and wonder, a tortured relationship between a mother and a daughter, and a mother and a son, unexpected villains and unexpected heroes. Cool reason versus passion, rich versus poor, right versus wrong. The which is which isn't clear. Did this leave anything out? My God, this is real kitchen sink storytelling here, isn't it? This is The World of Smoke, a narrative tour de force, a tale of Dickensian intricacy and ferocious imaginative power, richly atmospheric and intensely suspenseful. Okay, and I think this one is already out in stores now, but yeah, It certainly sounds like it's firing on all cylinders. Smoke by Dan Valletta is available from Doubleday. Okay, so moving on, last two of these. This one, oh, Simon & Schuster. So this looks like it's going to be a Saga thing, and there are at least 2 items in this envelope. It is, and holy cow, look at these covers. Saga is killing it with the covers, I gotta tell you. This first one looks to be Victorian steampunk. It is called The Unnatural Lists. The author is Tiffany Trent. Just bask in that for a second. Let's see, no sell sheet, of course, so I'm gonna have to read Vespa Nix. Wants nothing more, there she is right there. Hello, Vespa, as you see. She wants nothing more than to spend the rest of her life cataloging unnatural creatures in her father's museum. But as she gets older, the requirement to become a lady and find a husband is looming large over her. Cyrus Reed's Tinker family has always served and revered the unnaturals from afar, but when his family is captured for refinery slaves, he finds that his fate may be bound up with the Vespas and with the unnaturals. As the danger grows, Vespa and Cyrus find themselves in a tightening web of deception and intrigue. At stake may be the fate of New London and the world. All right then. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, it arrives tomorrow, June 28th, from Saga Press. And next from Saga, we have this epic monstrosity. This looks pretty incredible. It is a book called The Forgetting Moon. It appears to be the first in a new series called The 5 Warrior Rebels, and the author is Brian Lee Durfee. Durfee, one of those. Anyway, it says, okay, welcome to the 5 Isles, where war has come in the name of the invading army of Ser Sevier, a merciless host driven by the prophetic fervor of the angel prince Eros toward the last unconquered kingdom of Gulkana. Yet Galt, one of the elite knights archaic of Ser Sevier, is growing disillusioned by the crusade he is at the vanguard of just as it embarks on his lord Eros's greatest triumph. While the eldest son of the fallen king of Gulkana now reigns in ever-increasing paranoid isolationism, his 2 sisters seek their own paths. Gendralyn, the elder sister who is renowned for her beauty, only desires to prove her worth as a warrior, while Taya, the younger sister, has uncovered a secret that may not only destroy her family, but the entire kingdom. Then there's Hawkwood, the assassin sent to kill Gendralyn, but who instead has fallen in love with her, and trains her in his deadly art. Well, I think he owes his employers a refund. All are led further into dangerous conspiracies within the court, and hidden at the edge of Gulkana is Nail, the orphan taken by the enigmatic Shawcraft to the remote whaling village of Gallows Haven, the young man who may hold the link to the salvation of the entire 5 Isles. You may think you know this story, but everyone is not who they seem, nor do they fit the roles you expect. Durfee has created an epic fantasy full of hope in a world based on lies. Well, how about that, huh? My golly. Looks incredible. It's damn heavy to hold up like this. But this is an August title. Let me just look and see. Does it give me an exact? It says August 30th for The Forgetting Moon. Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. And finally, we have a little package from the fine folks at Random Penguin. And this is the finished copy of The Devourers, which comes out July 12th. The author is Indra Das. I do have this on my queue, so I should have the review of this up and ready. But there were arcs of this all over Nebula Weekend, and of course I've had it for a couple of months. So for those of you who have if you need a memory refresh from last time this was on the mailbag, it says, it's chronicling a young historian and a persuasive, beguiling stranger coming together in modern-day Kolkata to transcribe an ancient journal. A collection of paper, parchment, and skins, the journal tells of bloodshed, kidnapping, magic, and shape-shifting, set against the harsh landscapes of the 17th century Mughal Empire. It reveals the story of hunters and prey, lovers and the beloved, and, in the end, the choice to be transformed or be quarry. On a cool evening in Kolkata, India, beneath a full moon, as the whirling rhythms of traveling musicians fill the night, college professor Alok encounters a mysterious stranger with a bizarre confession and an extraordinary story. Tantalized by the man's unfinished tale, Alok will do anything to hear its completion, so Alok agrees at the stranger's behest to transcribe a collection of battered notebooks, weathered parchments, and once living skins. From these documents spills the chronicle of a race of people ruled by instincts and desires blood deep and ages old. The tale features a rough wanderer in 17th century Mughal India, who finds himself irrevocably drawn to a defiant woman, and destined to be torn asunder by 2 clashing worlds. With every passing chapter of beauty and brutality, Alok's interest in the stranger grows and evolves into something darker and more urgent. Well, how about that then? The Devourers from Indradas arrives on July the 12th from Del Rey Books, and it looks absolutely compelling. I do have this one at the top of my review queue, so you don't have to insist. But otherwise, just let me know in the comments what you think. And that is it. That is the mailbag for this week, you guys. Final week, final Monday in June. Pretty impressive week, if I do say so myself. What do you think? You know the drill. As always, light up those comments. Let me know which of these books looks most interesting and exciting to you, which you would like to see me prioritize in the review queue. And otherwise, if you enjoyed watching, hit that like button, share the video far and wide with all of your SFF reading friends, and above all, please sub if you have not done so. That is how we grow here as a channel. And until I see all you lovely people next week or in the next video, happy reading.